Budapest OI team. Pestszentlőrinc, through its Pestszentimre initiative, leads in involving local residents in preparing district developments. Residents can express their views not only in traditional forums, but also participate in so-called community assemblies to help prepare decisions. The essence of these community assemblies is for participants to genuinely influence the district's future, not just share opinions. The organizers are InnoK Knowledge Management Institute non-profit Kft. When selecting participants, attention was paid to ensure they represented the district's population by gender, age, and place of residence. This way, the district's diversity is also reflected during the preparation of the developments. The topics for the meetings are based on focus group and questionnaire research. In the hybrid study, almost 1,700 residents filled out the survey. Additionally, focus group discussions were held in 4 districts: Pestszentlőrinc, Havana, Pestszentimre, and the Expressway area, involving 50 people. The research highlighted the development of community spaces, local cooperation, and environmental improvement, whose experiences formed the basis for the community meetings topics. In September 2025, the Council held its first community meeting. The goal was simple. Residents should better understand how urban development, green space maintenance, and transport planning work. The event was divided into 3 blocks: community urban development, green spaces, and transport. During the presentations, participants learned about local research findings, international examples, and professional methods. After the presentations, interactive tasks followed, aimed at problem identification, collaborative thinking, and developing map-based planning skills. Participants then shared their experiences and suggestions in small groups. This ensured that residents' voices were truly heard in subsequent community meetings. The event emphasized that community participation is not just a democratic gesture, but one of the most effective tools for urban development. When residents actively participate in planning, developments are built on local needs, making the district more livable, greener, and sustainable. This approach is a partnership-based co-creation of knowledge, where local experiences, professional expertise, and design insights converge. The 18th district thus doesn't just talk about change, but actively shapes it together with its residents. The second community assembly took place in October 2025. On the first day, participants were divided into 5 teams, primarily based on their geographical area. The teams were designated by color: blue, orange, red, yellow, and green. Quota sampling and district data ensured that participants proportionally represented the district's population by gender, age group, and place of residence. The first day's focus was on transportation problems. The teams first identified the district's main transportation challenges, then developed new community transport and network proposals. For example, the blue team proposed 3 new or modified bus routes for the more isolated parts of Pestszentim, while the other teams also came up with creative solutions tailored to local needs. In the second block, local problems, accident black spots, transport access, and environmental impact were addressed. Problems identified included noise and vibration pollution along main arteries like Üllői Road and Nagykörösi Road, dangerous intersections, and poor public transport accessibility in the peripheral areas of Pestszentimre and Pestszentlőrinc. Opportunities identified were traffic calming, micro-mobility development, increased service frequency, better transfer connections, and strengthening the 15-minute city concept. The route of the number 50 tram was identified as a priority development area. The teams developed consensual practical suggestions for resolving these issues, such as traffic management and safety improvements, the creation of pedestrian crossings, and green space developments. The second day focused on developing green spaces. Each team developed proposals for their area, integrating recreational, community, and environmental functions. Participants developed creative, community-oriented, sustainable solutions, which were presented and voted on at the meeting's end. For green areas, key concerns were neglected parks, underutilized spaces, missing shade and recreation, heat from paved surfaces, and uneven green infrastructure. Opportunities arose for creating new community spaces, sports fields, and gardens, along with afforestation efforts and developing water retention and cooling infrastructure. The second community assembly was a clear success. All 15 developed proposals will reach local and expert decision makers, setting development directions for the district's future. Participants' positive attitude, active involvement, and constructive work ensured the meeting yielded real professional and community results, not just an experience. As one team phrased it, community is key. This is also the main takeaway from the weekend.